themselves.
Yeah.
They'll want to be able to say, all right, this is where we fight. The opponent is expected to be chaotic. The opponent is expected to, play heroes that we're not used to. At least we can say this is our space, and we will do what we want here. That's what I'm expecting, and yes, that's why the Eve might be a priority for both.
Yeah. And especially with the heroes, with the marksman choices that they have, like I think that the Melissa, and it was Moscow. Was it Moscow?
Melissa Moskov, yes.
Or was it
Actually,
both Melissa?
Both
Melissa.
Yep, and
Yeah.
Moskov has been banned for
Both, yeah.
for
Series 2.
For Series 2, yes. So we could say that
Oh!
No way!
Yes way!
Yes way.
Here we go! Team Vietnam on the play, banning out the Joy, and here's Team Malaysia saying, Tiuma, we see you.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, right? You've mentioned about the eggs. I mean,
The lack
DP,
thereof.
the lack of the counter of this Minotaur. So why not? Let's ban it because
No!
although you're saying that you're opening up other heroes, but the good thing is that they are on the red side.
Yeah, maybe, again, this is a result of the fact that the 1-1 is not a priority at all by Vietnam. So it is one of those free slots in the red side, which typically should be occupied by that 1-1. So, man, why am I the only one who's not rejoicing here?
With what?
With the ban of the... I want to see more of it.
Ah, okay.
I don't know, man. If anything, I'll take this from the brighter side. They might be forced to play something new. This might force Vietnam to say, all right, you took away my
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Minotaur.
that's
Okay.
Unleash the X. I don't know, man. That's
Yeah.
So regardless, since both our teams are secured for the semi-final slot, since they banned out Minotaur, they want Vietnam to give more information with regards to their hero pool, banning out the Minotaur.
Hey, what is this? Malaysia
Ooh,
banning out the
Estes?
Estes. Do they... No, again. There was also a targeted ban from Malaysia. It was the Claude that they banned out against Laos. If I'm not mistaken, earlier on, which is kind of threw off one of some of our ideas between the two teams. But now with the Estes, now targeted ban again from Malaysia. This tells me that whoever is there for Malaysia as their coaching staff really did their homework against their opposing teams. Vietnam, Estes, we have not seen that for sure. This is a very super duper targeted ban. I'm thinking Joy, or maybe thinking Arla. That's the last one here for Malaysia.
I mean, for Malaysia's ban, I believe it's a good observation with the coaching staff because we've tagged them as the Vietnamese Ube. With the sustained counter, that's nice. Nice ban, by the way, for Team
There it
Malaysia.
is. Ngokbe, I see you.
I see you.
Are you going to force a Terizla from earlier?
Is it gonna be Gaja?
Oh, Melissa, they snag it. So now you go Farsa or Eve, then 1-1.
Oh yeah, one is
Or
still
maybe
open.
just reserve it for a third pick,
I mean,
perhaps.
Because there's no rush. There's
It's
no
a
rush.
rush,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is time we're in. I don't want to mention 1-1 anymore because the other
Yeah.
series, it wasn't really picked and not even banned for the game. And it's a nice decision, by the way, for Vietnam. It makes perfect sense with Melissa. Regardless, they could still have either Forza or either Eve or maybe even Valentina.
Yeah, but I do think that the Eve is such a good pick here. Then you pair it up with something like a Fredrin, but they go Farsa instead. It's literally the same. It's all about the flavor. Then Martis.
Ooh.
They prefer the Martis instead of the Fredrin.
Yeah. I guess because they don't want to be facing up against the Melissa with, that likes the front to back strategy, the gauge type. Fredrin wants to go in front, and Melissa kind of thrives in that kind of that kind of place. But the Marte is very early picked up by Malaysia. Kind of makes it so that Vietnam will, even when they pick up the Fredrin, they know that they will have a little bit of advantage when it comes to the matchup in the jungle.
Okay, so that is gonna be okay.
So
We see bodyguards here for Vietnam.
So you go 1-1.
There it
know it.
is.
You know it's gonna happen. Then you ban something like Lolita if you're Malaysia.
And Eve.
And Eve. That's right. Eve and
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Lolita merits a ban because Lolita is the only hero that will now be a problem for the 1-1.
Yeah, that's true. And with the two fighter picks for Vietnam, 1-1 is definitely a good pick for them. I mean, a lot of possibility to really proc that ultimate as early as possible.
Yep.
But it's gonna be an Eve ban, which is actually nice for Team Malaysia
Malaysia.
because usually the natural counter for Forza is usually the E,
Yeah.
not unless
Ooh.
Vietnam will go for the Kagura.
I'm thinking, what if Malaysia, instead of banning out Lolita, they ban out Valentina, then pick up the Lolita?
Oh,
That
is
will
true.
be a great pickup because now you have a way to block the Melissa. You have the Numinum Blast, which will be a problem for both Fredrin as well as the Melissa, and in a way the turns as well. But of course, you're scared of the knockups from both the Terizla and the Fredrin. But at the same time, if you time your ultimate well, you're gonna be okay. So I'm thinking Valentina is the man here for Malaysia.
Yeah, ban it, and then you. Yep, that's exactly right. Now, not only that, you now compromise mid and roam for Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yep.
You choke them out.
Exactly. Wow, this is Malaysia's coaching staff is definitely prepared for all these.
Ooh,
There you go.
talk
Right.
about possible Valentina ban for Malaysia. Nice ban for the team. And for Vietnam, they're going for those tanky type of heroes.
Yeah.
So could be
I think you just ban Lolita here.
Lolita, yeah.
You don't want it to be picked up by Malaysia.
Don't give it.
It will be a very good pick. Although you would want to get it. Instead, they ban out Atlas. Understandably so. We know that the big ticket defense will be there. So now you go ahead, pick up the Lolita.
And we see the players of Malaysia actually smile, rather Vietnam, on that Atlas ban. So
Yeah.
with this hero composition, yeah, why not Lolita for Malaysia? I mean, that's a natural counter for a 1-1.
Oh,
Instead, it's Kufra. Okay.
all right. So they'd rather answer the Fredrin. Maybe they'll just find the Melissa with the Farsa and maybe even the Martis if she can
Yep.
dive in deep.
That's right. So you're looking for mid lane, yeah, the supporting duo, 4 and 5. Man, does Vietnam do the Kadita Johnson kind of thing?
Oh no, that sounds.
No,
No,
it's
no,
a
they
Lolita.
pick up the Lolita.
It's good for their comp. And
Ooh,
wow,
wow.
Lunox.
A mid Lunox.
Wow.
Yeah, that is actually nice for Team Vietnam. As much as possible, since Forza is a type of hero that really rotates fast with the wings by wings, Lunox
Yeah.
is a good answer. Just
Yeah.
to shred either Martis or even a Kufra
Yeah.
on the early game.
So you still have Lapu Lapu, although it's not that best. I think you want to go Yuzhong instead if you're Malaysia. You have a way to dive into the backlines. You're not that scared about the Melissa. You can dive it. Of course, the Lapu Lapu will be good as well overall. But I think that when it comes to the overall team fight of Malaysia, you would want to have someone to
Insitar.
initiate. They go Lapu Lapu instead. We know that it works against the... In a way, against the Melissa.
Yep.
Yeah. It also helps find the Lunox when it's done using the Brilliance.
Yeah, true, true.
Also
Yeah, that's
helps cancel out the Anuminon Blast.
Mhm.
A lot of ways. I think if between the Yuzhong and the Lapu, better re-engage on the Lapu.
Yeah, that is true. And with the hero composition here of Team Vietnam, the positioning of Lolita is gonna be crucial, of course, with the possibilities of the canceling, with the skill set of the heroes here of Team Malaysia.
All right, now we are in it for a treat. I could have sworn the Lolita is perfect for Team Malaysia,
Yeah.
but instead they went for the Kufra, and Kufra is a household hero in the Malaysian region. They even play. It is so household. It came to a point where it was played EXP and jungle for the Malaysia side, but of course we know that it will be played in the roaming role here.
And for sure now, given our predictions, we're still given a lot of credit and a lot of stock in the, I'd say, experience
Yeah.
and the more developed nature of mlbb in Malaysia as they go up against Vietnam here in tonight's final best of one. Anything to note here, Arya, on that Kufra? I'm not sure if this counts as a double XP lane start, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're past that window.
We're past that window. Arya will not have as much XP as you would want for the Kufra, but you need that ultimate anyway. So I would expect that there will be a switch come the 2-minute mark, or at least 1 minute 30 mark, wherein both XP the roamers will go to the mid lane, and then the mid laner will go to the XP lane to have double XP there.
Yeah, you really have to be fully equipped in terms of the turtle team fight. But we can see right now for both of our teams, they're just taking their time on taking those pots.
Is it? It is John Michael.
It is John Michael. We have a lot of John Michaels.
Yeah. JMD.
JMD.
Let's
But
go.
yeah, we can see on the middle lane that it's going to
Wow.
be an early team fight. Mortal Coil for Natasha, but Decimate won't be used as Ngokbei is already there for the counter set. First blood will go to Team
Whoa.
Vietnam.
There it is.
That was close
That's
for both.
It's an interesting use of the penalty zone. You see that, Wolf? You see how the animation
Yeah,
kind of like
exactly.
pulled them in? It's like, no.
Yeah.
Let me go.
But that is really good for Vietnam. You kind of understand why Malaysia went for that play. They wanted to go for the dive in the middle because they wanted to secure the ultimate for our Arya. But as a result, they lost one of their members, which is very important. That is their jungler. Although she will be able to get into the turtle pit for this fight, she will not have the buffs because she died.
Yeah, that's true. And she has to wait for the cooldown of those buffs. Now, this is a nice pull, by the way, by Team Malaysia on
That's
this
true.
turtle objective. As to why Team Vietnam will just go in the
So
middle lane
weird.
and clear the minion wave. They just gave out the turtle because they wanted to go for a different play. But no casualty for that team
Wow.
fight or initiation. But it's going to be a nice setup play by Buddy as the
Oh.
blast has been casted. Tuma almost there. But Hani will secure the kill for Malaysia.
Man, could have sworn that Vietnam already has got the advantage. Unfortunately, the pull for Malaysia was great, and Vietnam wanted to go for the invade on the purple buff. It's one thing. It's one of the rotations that a prominent team here in the Philippines, Blacklist International, did, wherein they forego the first turtle to invade the jungle instead. They think that it will be much more. At least in the first turtle, it's much better if you get the purple buff of the enemy instead. In this case, the purple buff was taken second by Malaysia, which meant that the respawn of the purple buff will not be at the same time as the spawn of the turtle. So me got baited into that spot.
Yep. So, back
Oh.
to back.
Oh,
Oh, what?
From the back,
Wow.
that is a nice ultimate coming in from Arya. Here comes the airstrike. No casualty yet. That was close against Miku, and Malaysia is forced to back away because majority of the skills or ultimate has been used already.
Okay.
How scary.
Yeah, and impressive.
Yeah.
But just the same, it didn't lead to much.
Yeah.
There's no enough damage yet for Malaysia, but there's the discipline. We saw the discipline because after using those ultimates, they just
Yeah. Just
went
backed
away.
out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Testament to how well Team Vietnam also prepared for this, and how great they are mechanically speaking under pressure.
That's right.
Most other teams, whether you're talking about male or men's or women's MLBB, would have crumbled under that situation, given how deep and how far Arya jumped.
Oop. Yeah, that is true. But by the way, we saw Hani use that flicker already. And that is crucial since this is the turtle objective. We could see Daisy actually bursting that turtle as two players of Malaysia won't.
Whoa!
That is a nice turtle steal by Anatasha. And there's some players of Team Vietnam struggling to defend themselves. Brilliance out for Daisy. And Anatasha will go away 2-for-1 exchange for our teams.
Yep. That means that Malaysia will at least have a little bit of advantage in this game. But it is easy to say that this still will be an even game. So far, Vietnam did not lose as much, even after their curious decisions of trading for turtles, trading for purple buffs. Now you have me on the Fredrin, 0-1-1, but still level 7. He is a little bit of XP behind Natasha, but the fact that there's still a lot of seconds before the next turtle, which means that they can make a play.
Oh, look at that. Arya with the set, and
Papa.
Papa will come in for that ultimate. We could see Anatasha as well to be part of
Oh!
penalty zone to counter out. That is indeed a penalty zone as Arya is forced to back away. Anatasha will force
Oh!
the decimate kill. Gonna be a double kill for the jungler of Team
Arya.
Malaysia. Arya will go in, but yep, bait that.
Arya!
Oh, killing spree.
Lord.
Oh my.
Did we not say prior to this game starting it's gonna get messy? Look at the trades. As far as this goes, 6 minutes in, there's a turret up top. It's Vietnam's turn to take a turret.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I thought Arya's gonna, be back to the base, go
Yeah.
in for the TP, but went in for another setup play as the way he was
Yeah.
punished
She
by
didn't have,
Mokbei.
she didn't have a save on Natasha.
Yeah, she didn't have to. But look at that penalty zone. Watch out for it. Great timing from Ngokbei. Beautifully done. Then they took out the Goldaner, which is massive. But on the opposite end, you have the Lapu-Lapu and the Farsa combining together to take out the Melissa onto the bottom and then push the lane as well. Now this gives a big advantage to Malaysia because when it comes to just the raw numbers of it, checks and balances, Malaysia was able to get more. And they even dodge that penalty zone once again. Bunny will be able to defend this for sure.
So Team Vietnam will go in for a trade here at the bottom lane as they will give that turtle for Team Malaysia. Feather Airstrike, by the way, has been used as Hani is
early.
there. Another casualty at the bottom lane, and Vietnam, again, they give the turtle just to take the turret here at the bottom lane.
Yeah, I just said that they will be able to defend for sure. They have both Feathered Airstrike and Bravest Fighter, but they didn't wait for the minions to use it. It was far too early. Well, what it does and what it achieves now is that they gave a little bit of time for Fafao to be able to push, but because of that passive that you get from the turrets, that when its tier 1 is freshly destroyed, it will be so tanky. You saw how the shields and the barrier went into play for Vietnam.
Yep, and because of that, again, it's evident that Malaysia, the more experienced squad, the squad that actually knows maybe 2-3 steps from here what's going to happen. Vietnam, though, they're taking trades.
Yep.
And I think if this chaos, if it continues this way, I'm looking at Ngong Bek, and I'm looking at, I don't know, Daisy. At this point, it's too early for Miku. And Mie has been slipping up quite a bit. So, yeah, no. Off of Ngokbe and Daisy. If they can pull something out, again, I live for those penalty zone flickers.
Yeah.
Those are amazing. Those are pieces of art. If Ngokbe can find another one that hits 3 or 4, then we could see a gold swing over to Vietnam.
Definitely, we saw that earlier on the top lane, but here at the bottom lane, it's going to be me and Ngokbe on that aggression against Bunny. But Bunny's just there to defend the turret as Malaysia again will secure a turret at top lane. So for Malaysia, it's really about the trades, like buying time on the other lanes.
100%. 2.7 thousand gold lead for Malaysia that they can really brute force their way into the team fights because the Lord is going to be spawning in 12 seconds. You can see the positioning. They will activate 5 of their members. They know that they have the OP heroes to support it with.
There is going to be the setup play, but Ngokbe is still alive. No, there is the crossbow down. By the way, the ultimate of the Wild One has already been used. So Vietnam could actually try and force to go for that, engage here. On the Lord, but nope.
Yep. 3 ultimates up and a lot of... 3 ultimates down, but a lot of gold to boot for Malaysia so that they can, like I said, they can brute force their way into fights and... the body of Smith, in fact, it works.
It's so good. Just the same, yes, they did spend the crossbow of Tang, but the penalty zone was also used up. So there was no way Vietnam was in a place to contest. And just like that, it's safe to say that Malaysia is in control. The map is red. There's a Lord gonna crash into a wave up top. So yeah, they're gonna leave that, but wait.
Nominum Blast will catch 2 players of the side of Team Malaysia as Papa is there for that free hit. But again, Team Vietnam with a double kill for Daisy, but Daisy is down. And Me is gonna be the target. Crossbow down for Fao, and Fafo with those free hits plus the help of Bunny will have a wipeout for Team Malaysia.
Oh my. That really looked like a Vietnam team fight, right? But Malaysia found an opening, and it was only because of the fact that the Fredrin was isolated. Surely there were 2 important kills on the side of Team Malaysia, but with the follow-up from Bunny as well as Hani, they were able to supplement the damage so that eventually Fafa will just be able to clean up. Good job on the 1-1. Not even having to use the Inspire for that one because of the positioning, and of course everybody's just literally prepared to be taken out by the flight of the crossbow of Tang.
Yep, and so far in this 11-minute game, that's about as chaotic as it gets for a team like Team Malaysia and Team Vietnam. I have to give credit to Hani on that Farsa, especially in that last engagement.
Yep.
Was in perfect range was blasting the right targets and helped Team Malaysia gain all the more control of the map. They are now threatening an all-out base turret wipeout.
And during that moment, even her position was really far from the team fight. So it's a difficult thing for Vietnam to look for the Farsa, look for Hani most of the time. So for Malaysia, I mean, the synergy is just there in terms of how they set up a play. Even their Kufra or Arya is coming from out of nowhere. I mean, Vietnam is not really expecting that R is going to be there most of the time.
Yep, in their mother tongue of Bahasa Malaysia, I would say Hani right now is kuat gila, crazy strong.
Yeah.
She's amazing. I hope that just for the sake of this series or this game to extend a little more, Vietnam to find an answer. But looking at their lineup, no one can find Hani.
Yeah. And even then, look at Malaysia. We already talked about the fact that this Farsa is strong with the purple buff even. You can see Fafao also getting orange buff that was taken away from the enemy, which means that every single hit will have a threatening factor. Already, we know that the 1-1 is strong enough, right? The metagame, but with 2 buffs and a lot of gold to go with it, Malaysia is prepared for an all-out strike in the middle or in the base, in fact, of Vietnam, and just battering ram their way through the defenses.
As Malaysia will secure that Lord against Vietnam. And Ara was just there to give vision for the team. And Team Vietnam right now, I believe with the lineup that they have, they will struggle a bit in terms of clearing the minion wave or actually trying to defend that Lord, because this is, I consider Lunox to be a single target type of a burst.
In a way,
hero.
yes. Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
you don't really want to use that Chaos Assault.
Yeah.
Just to shred the Lord, but we'll see as Lord will march in here at the bottom lane.
When push comes to shove, sometimes that's all you got. Daisy.
Ooh, Anastasia is there as well.
Oh!
I mean, hogging the players of Vietnam, and the players of Vietnam are already alive as 3 players are down, and Malaysia, the top seeds of Group B.
Ooh. And it looked so good for Malaysia. They got I would say that they had the better draft anyways. When it comes to just the draft order and the raw power of the heroes that they were able to get. Getting the Farsa together with the 1-1. Third pick 1-1 because they know that it will not be picked up. Them punishing the first pick Melissa by getting the Farsa as the trade and immediately the Martis. Oh my goodness, Malaysia making a real big case here in the MLBB Women's Division.
So it's gonna be Malaysia versus Indo, right?
That's right. No, against Philippines.
Against Philippines.
1 versus 2, 2 versus 1.
Yeah. Okay. So for Malaysia and Philippines, that's gonna be one exciting match with the 2 Farsa users,
Yes,
with
sir.
Amores and Honey. That is a nice matchup.
Oh no. And here you see, just in game, the hug. You're gonna see the hug in real life.
That's right. That's right.
I thought the players of Vietnam are really
You don't want to be in that spot because